Good morning, welcome to Infocom 2017. We have Laura Davis-Taylor from MaxMedia with us today. Laura?
Hello.
Hi. Laura is the EVP of Customer Experience, which I think is a great title, Customer Experience. We're here on the NEC display stand, 1600, and you've just come from a mammoth, was it really 3 hours?
It was a little over 3 hours.
Presenting. Where was this?
It was up on the third floor, and Mike White put it on. It was a basically integrators workshop on successful best practices for digital signage.
Successful? Good?
Very.
Yeah?
Awesome. Super.
What was the audience made of? They were integrators listening to yourself, and who else?
It was Mike White, and we also had Dean, his last name's eluding me for some reason, and Lyle Bunn was moderating.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, he's a good moderator.
Oh my gosh, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I learned a lot.
Okay.
I did.
For 3 hours.
For 3 hours.
And you come straight onto our show, which is great.
Yeah.
So you've had no time to walk the floor
No.
so far. But you've been to Infocom before, you know what to expect.
Yeah. 4 times.
Yeah? Good show for you? Is this something that you like doing, or is
Yeah.
it a necessary evil?
No, I like it because my world is about the customer experience and content, and that's what MaxMedia does. So to be able to come out and see what are the new offerings people are getting out there, and what are people talking about, and being able to speak to the integrators and the people in delivery and understand what their pain points are, not only is it good for us because we're able to help them with some of the sticky things they're going through, we're better able to understand what tools we have to work with to deliver the experiences, right?
You must do NRF.
Yes.
And the NRF was new to us. We'd never done NRF before, but we were told to go, and I had low expectations. But I come away thinking this is the best show in the whole world for retailers. I mean, 30,000 people. How many times have you done an NRF show?
Probably about 4 or 5 as well.
Yeah. And do MaxMedia exhibit at those shows? Do they just turn up, present as well?
It just depends. It depends on what the hot topics are for the year. I do find NRF to be a lot of back end. And it's a lot of back-end stuff, enabling things where you get things like shop.org, which are more about digital solutions and new ways to think. We're going to be at Future Stores next month, which is
Where's
awesome.
that being held?
It's in Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's all about innovation.
Future Stores. Now, shop.org is also different to Shop Talk.
Yes.
Which was in Vegas just before DSE.
Yes.
That's got good reviews as well.
I heard that's good. I've not been able to do that.
There's also a Shop Talk in Scandinavia, a European one coming up in September, October as well.
Nice.
Just for your diary.
Yeah.
And Global Shop must be something as well that you would do.
Yes.
Did you go to DSE this year?
I did. I thought it was great. One of the best years I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah. I really did.
Any particular reason other than that the Global Shop was next door?
The conversations were elevated.
Yeah.
The solutions were superior. I think people are really understanding that there is a way forward to make this medium successful, but we have to be more strategic. That was the headline from the workshop this morning, is whether it was Dean talking about installation intricacies, or Mike White talking about integration, or myself talking about amazing content, it was all about value.
Right.
And if you're selling a box, you're not going to succeed. You have to be, whether it's value for the customer, value for the business, value from an ROI perspective, value from the emotional currency of that person looking at it, it has to be about value.
Right. Now, you've personally been involved in many award-winning projects, retail primarily, of course. What's your favorite project that you've done in the last couple of years?
I would say it's the one that our ECD Jeff Dowd talked about yesterday, and that would be the 48-foot nanolumen screen that was put up for AT&T in the One Powell San Francisco store.
Right.
It's an amazing story. I've never seen content done the way it was done, where we literally created immersive brand experiences with digital art that was almost iterative. It moves to music, it flows and it ebbs, and it's a real experience. And that's one of the topics that came up this morning too, that was a great example of a new type of content, responsive content. In this case, it was responding to music and to the art behind, the vision behind it, but we're moving into intelligent services and data clouds. They're going to be able to create almost the same type of responsive content we have in physical spaces as what we have online. Why not? I mean, of course it's coming.
So AT&T obviously love that. Is that something that they would roll out elsewhere, or is it just a flagship store type
It's a flagship.
It's a flagship store.
It is a flagship.
But it's applicable to lots of other companies, surely, whether you be a Microsoft or a Google or any mobile phone provider.
Yeah.
Anything else that you've seen which may not be yours that you've liked in the retail space?
We've done some really, really interesting things for this year with entertainment as AT&T is moving forward in that. And I know we bring up AT&T again, but it was really fun to be able to take a brand that's been about handsets and connected life and help create now, we're entertainment. How do we immerse people into the feelings of entertainment content? And how do we take them into that magical world where it's been very perfunctory and functional before?
Can people see those in New York, or is it?
You're going to see that coming up in July.
Right.
And it's going to start rolling out this year.
Cool. That's very good.
There's also some really fun stuff we've done with Home Depot. And we can't talk about it too much right now, but some concept work that you can see up in Atlanta at their Way Green store.
You're based in Atlanta, of course.
Yes.
But we heard earlier that you're actually from the Orlando area.
Yes.
Yeah. So, MaxMedia is based in Atlanta.
Yes.
Where does it primarily get its business from?
All over.
All
Really
over North America.
Yeah, it's all over. And right now, you know how I look at it, Adrian? There's people who know it's time to be different and they're motivated to stand out uniquely. Right. And there's others who are kind of waiting to feel a little safer.
Right.
We love to work with what we call those brand bravehearts, people who want to create a brand manifestation in their stores or in their spaces that make people stop and say, wow.
Yeah.
And whether that's, wow, thanks for fixing that for me, or wow, that is just amazing.
Right.
Just wow, I'm glad I'm here.
If I was a retailer, I'd look at anything that Amazon does in bricks and mortar and worry.
Yes.
And although, funny enough, the Google store that they had a pop-up store in New York. Conveniently, I think last year, well, it was heading into Christmas, so it was in the New York Digital Signage Week period, and it was appallingly bad, which I walked away thinking, great, Google. There's something that Google can't do. They obviously didn't recruit a particularly good design agency to do anything with it, but it was very perfunctory, very simple. There was nothing special about it, I thought. But the Amazon bookstores have got rave reviews, which we've seen. You probably haven't had a chance to go and see any of those yet.
I know a lot about them. I've got a good friend that works over there, and I really admire their approach.
So this is stores that don't take cash. You can pay on your Amazon account, and the way they've taken the online world to the offline world in terms of how they see bestsellers.
Yeah.
And there was a fascinating thing in the Amazon store where all the books are face out.
Face out.
So clever.
Yeah.
Don't show a spine.
Yeah.
Show the cover.
Yeah, and put those ratings right there to make it easy. That's one of the things that I wish more retailers would embrace, that people don't want to see feature benefits anymore. They trust each other more.
Right.
Make it easy for me to kind of cull down my list of what I might like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last question.
Yes.
You're probably going to go and have some lunch after your 3-hour Mammoth session and our little session now. But what will you look forward to on the show floor? What were you going to try and find, do you think?
New platforms to create more interesting experiences for our clients. What's happening with OLED, what's happening with some of these form factors and the curves, what's happening with some of the interactivity, that's just like candy for firms like ours, because we look at it and say, what content could I do with that, and how could I do something completely unique to set a customer apart?
Okay, you need to go and have a look at the cave on the NEC stand put together
okay.
by John Nye.
Okay.
So we'll introduce you later on.
Yeah, I look forward to that.
Laura,
thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.